A pleasant morning, everyone. I welcome you all. The first day of our International Conference on Research Innovations and Challenges, ICRIC 2025, created and powered by Center for Research and Training, National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. On behalf of the Presidium of NFED, the conference chair, the conference conveners, the associates of NFED, I heartily welcome all the honorable national and international keynote speakers for today, all the participants and presenters all over India and the globe for this international conference. As we march towards our academic and professional endeavors with great hopes and aspirations, let us invoke the blessings of the Almighty in this auspicious occasion to be highly successful in all our ventures. I now request the elite gathering to rise for the prayer song.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிகொழுகும் சீராறும் பதனமென திகழ்வடத கண்டமெனில் திக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும் கத்த சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Thank you, everyone. As per the quote of Chairman NFED, the greatness of any research work is only through its wider applicability. In adherence to this proverb, NFED has been into its efficacious journey for more than 20 years. The prime objective of NFED is to create entrepreneurial cult across the globe. NFED was established as a virtual organization in 2003 and registered as a full-fledged trust in 2013 with its headquarters at Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. It primarily aims in creating enterprising communities at large in schools, colleges, and universities through its training and development activities, faculty development programs on research and entrepreneurship development, workshops, national and international conferences, and seminars. In furtherance to serve the communities, NFED has instituted 2 units in 2015, namely the Center for Research and Training, which is a growth action unit of NFED, and NFED Business Facilitators Forum, a strategic action unit. It is through the Center for Research and Training and NFED Business Facilitators Forum, numerous programs have been instituted towards promulgating research publications, entrepreneurship development, career development, employability skills, women empowerment, etc. And NFED frequently engages in research and development activities by publishing research articles, conference proceedings, book chapters, and edited books on holistic research, which congregates the disciplines like engineering, technology, sciences, management, arts, and humanities. And also through our publication unit, NFED Publications, our aim is not only to publish a quality-centric book with ISBN, but also to provide a strong reference and splendid foundation for research emancipation towards holistic research, thereby attaining integrated knowledge development. NFED Publications has completed 42 published works, which includes books, edited books, compendiums, ready reckoners, and conference proceedings. Also, under the aegis of National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, An international online multidisciplinary open access refereed journal was constituted, which is the Timer Journal, the Technology Information Management Entrepreneurship Review, the Timer Journal. And the key objective of Timer is to publish new vistas in research domain and to promulgate scientific advancements and innovations in terms of info engineering, info technology, techno innovation, techno management, techno sciences, and arts. The journal intends to congregate the diverse disciplines through appropriate inventive, come innovative research and development activities on interdisciplinary avenues. The reality of conducting any research is to impart wisdom and growth in a society. The current global scenario is ever changing and demanding, wherein the sustenance and livelihood will be more challenging in the ensuing years. Furthermore, the knowledge sharing through congregation of research across interdisciplines and multidisciplines for upbringing overall socio-economic development and progression is quite indispensable. And today's globalization has nurtured advancements in science and technology, entrepreneurial innovations, economic practices, etc., due to IT interventions and digitalization. This has triggered new gamut in the research arena, and it needs to address the upcoming trends in all sectors towards bringing in a holistic development. Hence, there is a need to holistically gauge the overall requirements of mankind in terms of achieving socio-economic sustenance and global stability. And keeping these above-mentioned aspects in view, this international conference intends to focus on the paradigms of research innovations in the disciplines of sciences, engineering, technology, entrepreneurship, management, arts, humanities, and other interdisciplines to have a wider knowledge integration and also to envisage future challenges through a radical approach for the betterment of mankind. And this ICRIC 2025 gains importance by having eminent keynote speakers across the globe, which includes underdeveloped, developing, and developed countries, respectively, on all the 3 days. Also, it comprises knowledgeable session chairs for the 3 tracks, namely the Science, Engineering, and Technology track, Management, Entrepreneurship, and Innovation track, and the Arts and Humanities track. This conference has been well received by the research community and academic fraternity, which is proved through variety of papers across various disciplines. We have received 41 paper presentations and abstracts from scholars, researchers, students, and entrepreneurs across 5 countries and 24 states across India, which is a landmark accomplishment. And this itself speaks about NFED's reach through its exuberant efforts across the globe. And I'm sure this 3-day international conference will provide you with a lot of research insights and knowledge exchanges. And I wish you all to gain fullest benefits through scholarly deliberations. Thank you. With this brief note, I now heartily welcome our Honorable Conference Chair and Chief Patron, Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, Founder and Chairman of NFED, Conference Convener, Professor Dr. Farida Virani, Conference Associate Conveners, Dr. K. Vijaya, Professor and Principal, Government Arts and Science College, Alangudi, Pudukkottai District, Tamil Nadu, Dr. V. Sunita, Professor, Department of Geology, Yogi Vemna University, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, and Dr. R. Rajeshwari, Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Government College of Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I now take this opportunity to express my warm welcome to our honorable international keynote speakers of today, Dr. Patrick Oviasui, Professor, Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria, and Dr. Maithili Koluru, Assistant Professor, Professional Studies and Undergraduate Department at the College of Banking and Financial Studies in Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. I extend my profound welcome to our today's honorable National keynote speakers Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Vice Principal and Associate Professor and Head of the PG Department of Mathematics, GSS DGS Khalsa College, Patiala, Punjab, India. Dr. D. Anita Kumari, Associate Dean of Admissions and Associate Professor and Program Coordinator, Department of MBA, School of Management Studies and Commerce at Wales Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies, Vistas, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Dr. Sheba Khalid, Assistant Professor at Amity Law School, Amity University, Lucknow Campus, Uttar Pradesh, and Mr. Arasu MT, Founder and CEO of Clicks Talent Connect Private Limited, Bangalore, Karnataka. I also heartily welcome all the organizing secretaries, organizing committee members, distinguished session chairs, paper presenters, and participants to this three-day international conference on research, innovations, and challenges. I once again cordially welcome you all and wish you great success in your academic and professional endeavors. I now extend my hearty welcome to Honorable Conference Chair and Chairman of NFED, Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan. Professor Ganesan earned his doctorate from the reputed IIT Delhi with a special focus on entrepreneurship development. He possesses more than 25 years of research experience in the field of entrepreneurship and management. He has served in different academia, ranging from deemed universities, engineering colleges, arts and science colleges, B schools, and international universities. He has more than 85 research contributions to his credit, which are published in refereed and indexed journals, books, book chapters, monographs, and conferences. He is a global author in women entrepreneurship, whose research papers are listed in Google Scholar and indexed in ISI, MLA Citations, Scopus, ABDC, EBSCO, Goebbels Directory, etc. He has authored 2 books on women entrepreneurship development and insurance management, which have been published at Germany, and has published 30 edited books and proceedings. He's serving as editorial member and reviewer for numerous journals and possesses more than 22 years of editorial experience. He has edited more than 905 research articles and chapters to his credit, which includes editorial experience across refereed and indexed journals, conferences, book chapters at national and international levels. He has organized and hosted 3 national conferences, 7 international conferences, 4 international seminars, and has conducted 50 faculty development programs. He has delivered more than 275 national and international sessions on research and development, entrepreneurship development, innovation, managerial skills, career development, self-management, design thinking, employability skills, digital marketing, etc., and has inaugurated many entrepreneurship development cells across the nation. He is the chief mentor for certification programs on e-entrepreneurship and innovation and creativity for business and soft skills courses, personality development, and leadership quality and development. He has a deep inclination towards bringing up social sensation across communities and has hosted and organized 37 national award ceremonies for recognizing national and global talents in commemorating his laudable academic, research, and societal transformational services through upbringing entrepreneurship development. He has been conferred with Karmavir Jyoti by Indian Confederation of Non-Governmental Organizations, ICONGO, in 2015. He is the recipient of PFLA Excellence Award for his outstanding service to education and entrepreneurs community from People First Leadership Academy, Bangalore, in 2019. He has been conferred with Order of Eminence, the highest honor for his global contribution to research, teaching, and training in entrepreneurship development by the Presidium of NFED in its 10th National Teachers' Day Awards on 5th September 2019 at Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He is the recipient of the prestigious MTC Global Distinguished Teacher Award in Entrepreneurship Development in the 9th World Edu Summit organized by Management Teachers Consortium, MTC Global, in 2019 at Bangalore. He has been bestowed with the prestigious Pride of India Award by South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development in Kolkata, West Bengal in 2022. The ICONGO has conferred him with the prestigious Karmavir Award and honored him with the title Karmavir Maharatna for his continuous social justice and citizen action on 26th November 2024. At present, he is the founder, chairman, and presidium chair of the renowned National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore. He is also the founder and chair of NFED Business Facilitators Forum and Center for Research and Training, NFED publications under the ambit of NFED. He is the Chief Advisor of Sinara Solutions Private Limited, Bangalore, Karnataka, and also the founder and Chief Executive Officer of Technovate Educational Consulting Services, TECS, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I now invite our Honorable Conference Chair, AVM, Professor Dr. Ganesan, to deliver the inaugural address.
A very good morning to all of you, and thanks for introducing me to this gathering. I am extremely glad to announce that this NFED's 11th conference since 2015 has been conducted under the Center for Research and Training, a growth action unit of our National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Tamil Nadu, India. The purpose of conducting this sort of conference is to congregate the talents. That is the prime objective, and to have the knowledge sharing. And today, the research focus is primarily focused on this artificial intelligence, technology innovation, and its ergonomic applications for the mankind. And its allied effects also over all kinds of research disciplines under the sciences, engineering, technology, management, arts and humanities, etc., and other interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary areas. The reason being, these disciplines, one way or other, depends upon the information technology, that is IT applications. Hence, we feel that there is a need to understand the researches which are happening across the nation and globe for widening the knowledge base. At the end of the day, everybody has to keep updating our knowledge towards the research and its happenings, also keep ourselves to continuously towards the learning process. And that is why also it necessitates the creation of enterprising human workforce development for future requirements and encouraging the youngsters today into the research and practices to emerge as the vibrant enterprising communities to address the future challenges, thereby enhancing the progression growth through sustained efforts. So that is the intent. If we talk about any conference, a conference is a learning platform for a lot of information towards what's happening around, by the deliberations by different the session chairs, keynote speakers, so on and so forth. However, equally, this international conference promulgates the new dimensions in research innovations and understanding the importance of holistic learning. That's what's very important, the holistic learning. The integrated learning is to happen. Suppose, for example, we are having I'm belonging to management. I need to know what's happening in technology because every discipline is interwoven. And achieving the integrated knowledge emancipation, that's extension, through the research exchanges across the various subjects and disciplines which we are all into. Also, these sort of a conferences are usually what is our intent on ICRIC, that is Innovation International Conference on Research Innovation Challenges, is primarily focused on creating a platform for youngsters, particularly the college students, doctoral research scholars, and academicians across the world to experience and perform their knowledge sharing and bringing in the integrated intellectual transformation. The very important thing is transformation of knowledge. That is also another objective of this particular conference. Of course, the conference is meant for that, but there will be a lot of other inputs also. So how to present a paper in a proper way in a given time, how to give that sort of a impact on the presentation, what we do, and to the learners who are all sitting outside and just watching this sort of a conference. And what sort of a learning we are providing to them. That is also important. So that is also for the youngsters, this is a platform. For many of the youngsters, young academicians, this conference gives the way or paves the way for them to have the confidence or to take corrections on the presentation and to deliver it effectively so that the future conference also they'll be very confident to do that. So these supposed aspects, whatever I mentioned above, are quite possible through conducting this global integrated research conference like ICRIC 2025. However, the genre of this conference is very unique, wherein it gives opportunities to the students, research aspirants, research scholars, academicians, and entrepreneurs from various disciplines and sectors to participate The more important thing is how to bring everybody under this sort of umbrella. That is why we keep always our NFED conferences are always focusing on the multidisciplinary lines or interdisciplinary lines. It will not focus only on one particular discipline and do a conference. Till now, we didn't do that. Also, NFED gains prominence in terms of organizing and hosting and executing these sort of online international conferences with specific timelines. You can see the timeline. 19 means 19, whether the participants are there or not, we start it. And the quality and the research standards what we maintain until today. I am sure this NFED's 3-day online international conference will provide you the research insights and make you to gain exposure to different kinds of researchers across the world. I once again welcome all the revered international and national keynote speakers and distinguished session chairs, academicians, doctoral research scholars, and my dear students to this conference. And I wish you all success in your academic and research endeavors. Hope you all get some insights out of this 3-day international conference. Wish you all success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Professor. Very thought-provoking address. Thank you so much. I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker of today, Dr. Gurmeet Singh. Dr. Gurmeet has earned his doctorate from the reputed Maharishi Markandeshwar University, Mulana, with a special focus on complex analysis, the geometric function theory. He also holds a PG diploma in statistics. With more than 31 years of teaching experience, he has over 95 research contributions in refereed and indexed journals, 3 books published in Germany, and has delivered about 15 keynote addresses, 30 invited talks in international conferences, and has delivered more than 60 guest lecture sessions. He is a global author in Hankel determinants and Fekete-Zeko problem, whose research papers are listed in Google Scholar and indexed in ESCA and Scopus, and is serving as editorial member and reviewer for numerous journals. He has delivered many national and international sessions on geometric function theory and topology. He has been bestowed with prestigious awards, including 9 international awards from various institutions from USA and in India from Andhra Pradesh, Chandigarh, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Aligarh Muslim Professional Association, Imperial College London, etc. He has created YouTube channel Knowledge Entertainment and has produced more than 225 videos on mathematics, mental health, memory skills, astrology, Bollywood, unknown facts, etc. Currently, he is serving as the Vice Principal and Associate Professor and Head of the PG Department of Mathematics at DGS Khalsa College, Patiala, Punjab. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Gurmeet Singh, to deliver the keynote address.
Thanks, Dr. Ramya, for the nice introduction. First, I would like to thank NFED and especially KVM Professor Dr. R. Ganeshan, who has invited me here to give this keynote address. So, since the time is short, I will not take too much time in introduction. I'd like to share my presentation here. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
It is something else, I think.
Yeah, some form one. This is not the PPT, sir.
This is not PPT. So how to cancel it now?
You just close and open the PPT, sir.
Yeah, I think it is on screen now. Is it okay now?
Not yet, sir. The screen sharing has started. We're not able to see the PPT yet.
On my screen, it is being shown.
So you need to share the entire screen and open the PPT, sir. Share the entire screen and then open the PPT.
First, the PPT is open.
You can go to the share screen and click
Share
on the
screen.
entire screen.
Entire screen option. Yeah, entire screen option is there.
Yes. Then
The PPT is here, and once again, it is showing on my screen. As it is showing on my screen, but
yeah,
why?
we are not able to see this. No problem. So you can continue with the session. No problem.
Okay. So what the topic today I'm going to share with you people is creativity, innovation and research. So let us first know what is creativity. Actually, getting problem here once again. Yeah. So what is creativity? According to Guilford, creativity is the ability to produce original and valuable ideas, often involving divergent thinkings. According to Csikszentmihalyi, creativity arises from the interaction between individuals, their domain of knowledge, and the broader cultural or social environment. According to Torrance, creativity is the process of sensing gaps, forming new ideas, testing them, and communicating results. Now, what is innovation? Innovation is the process of developing and applying new ideas, products, services, or methods that create value, address challenges, and improve existing systems. It involves the transformation of creative concepts into practical applications that solve problems, enhance efficiency, or offer new opportunities. Innovation can occur in various forms, including technological advancements, process improvements, new business models, or the introduction of novel products that meet unmet needs in the market. Now, how the creativity and innovation are related to each other? According to Lord Harrington, creativity allows individuals to link seemingly unrelated concepts, sparking new ideas, whether for new ways of doing things on or for novel applications of existing resources. According to Davila, creativity and innovation are often used interchangeably, but they are distinct. Creativity involves generating ideas, whereas innovation is the process of bringing those ideas to life and making them a reality. Creativity and innovations are related in many ways. Creativity is the ability to generate original and meaningful ideas that have the potential to bring value. Innovation occurs when creative ideas are transformed into practical solutions or new opportunities. Successful innovation requires a structured approach that includes evaluating ideas, testing their feasibility, refining them based on feedback, and effectively applying them in real world context. Beyond creativity, innovation demands perseverance, experimentation, and strategic execution to bring ideas to life and drive meaningful changes. According to Edward de Bono, creativity is not just an innate talent, it is a skill that can be nurtured and enhanced over time. Everyone has a certain level of creativity, though it varies from person to person. According to Torrance, the creativity process requires breaking free from conventional thought patterns, encouraging exploration and flexibility. Creativity combines originality and usefulness, where ideas must be both novel and applicable to real world problems. There are many phases of creative process. The phase one is gathering knowledge. Entrepreneurs start by collecting information through research, observations, discussions, and attending events like seminars and workshops. This phase helps build a solid foundation of knowledge. After gathering information, the second phase starts, that is the letting ideas marinate. Here, entrepreneurs step back and allow their subconscious to process the problem. This time away from direct focus lets creativity flow and new idea emerges. Then there is a moment that is known as the aha moment, also known as the eureka moment, where when a solution or idea suddenly clicks, often referred to as a eureka moment also, when clarity strikes unexpectedly. And the last phase is testing and action. Here, turning the idea into reality requires evaluation, testing, and persistence. Entrepreneurs stays committed even when faced with challenges, continuously refining the idea until it is ready to be implemented. There are many components of creativity. One of the components is creative thinking skills. The other one is knowledge. The third one is style of creative intelligence, which further has four components: the intuitive style, the innovative style, the imaginative style, and the inspirational style. And then comes the main component, that is the motivation. It is further of two types: extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. There are common creative techniques also. There are some techniques. One of the techniques is given by Michael Michalko, that is known as a scamper. Another technique is given by Edward de Bono, known as lateral thinking. There are what if technique, random word technique. There is a technique problem reversal given by Charles Thompson. Reversal brainstorming. Brainstorming given by Alex F. Osborne. There is a technique known as attribute listing. Another technique given by Edward de Bono is role storming, and given by Tony Buzan is mind mapping. Now let us come to these one by one. Scamper. Scamper's checklist is: S stands for substitute, C for combine, A for adapt, M for magnify, second M for modify, P for put to another use, E for eliminate, R for rearrange, and the last R stands for reverse. This can be used for lateral thinking. Then the second is brainstorming by Alex F. Osborne. Here, there are some rules. There should be no criticism. You are to generate as many ideas as possible. Do not filter or censor ideas. Keep the session flowing. Listen to others and build on their ideas. Do not discuss or question during the session. There are session structures: unstructured, where ideas given anytime; structured, where you are to go around the group for ideas. And there is a role of lecturer as well in this way. Then there is lateral thinking given by Edward de Bono. The definition of lateral thinking is about solving problems through unconventional or seemingly illogical methods. The approach is to involve stepping outside of usual thought patterns, using different perspectives, concepts, and entry points to explore solutions. The two approaches are specific and general. Then there is mind mapping given by Tony Buzan, also known as spider diagrams, where there are some steps that start with a large sheet of paper and write a central heading or idea or theme. For each main subtopic, you have to create a main branch, then add subordinate branches, then continue breaking down topics. And items can be placed in multiple locations, cross-linked, or show relationships between branches. Then there is a technique known as problem reversal given by Charles Thompson, where we are to create negative statements. We do not go through the conventional, we go through the unconventional, then opposing the actions, change perspectives, flip-flop results, and turn defeat into victory. Then there is a method given by, this is the method known as attribute listing, where we identify the product or process, we list the attributes, we select the key attributes, we find alternatives, and we combine alternatives, where we mix and match alternatives to develop new approaches to product or process. There are some blocks to creativity as well. These are perpetual block, emotional block, cultural block, environmental block, intellectual or conceptual block, behavioral block, and social block. What these blocks are: perpetual block. Here we hinder recognizing or defining problems, difficulty in viewing problem from multiple perspectives, stereotyping or missing connections between ideas, lack of creative thinking, rigid literal thinking, focusing too narrowly on details, and being influenced by pre-convinced notions or biases. Then there are emotional blocks: fear or failure of making mistakes, lack of self-confidence, anxiety of stress, resistance to change or preferring familiar approaches over new possibilities, overthinking or perfectionism, then fear of judgment or criticism, low motivation or lack of enthusiasm, emotional attachment to existing ideas, making it harder to consider alternatives. Then there are cultural blocks: rigid social norms, fear of deviating from traditions, preference for conformity over individuality, over emphasis on logic and analytical thinking, resistance to ideas that challenge authority, educational systems that prioritize memorization over creative problem solving, workplace cultures, and social expectations as well. Then there are environmental blocks. Where in these type of blocks, we have distracting or noisy surroundings, lack of resources, strict rules, rigid structures, bureaucracy, unsupportive work or study environments, time constraints, poor collaboration or isolations, over reliance on digital tools, uninspiring surroundings, etc. Then there are cognitive and conceptual barriers to creativity. These are fixed mindset, over reliance on traditional methods, inability to view problems from multiple angles, struggling to break down complex ideas, fear of uncertainty, limited exposure, overanalyzing or leading to indecision, and difficulty in connecting unrelated concepts to form innovative ideas. Now we move on to the innovation. There are some types of innovation known as technological innovation, operational innovation, and organizational innovation. In technological innovation, development of new or improved technology to enhance products, services, or processes is considered. Applications of emerging technologies such as AI, IoT, blockchain, and automation. Advancement in hardware, software, or digital solution to improve efficiency. Innovation in research and development, that means R&D, to create cutting-edge solutions. Examples of major technological breakthroughs are the wheel, the printing press, steam power, electricity, wireless technology, the computer, the internet, high-performance materials like plastic, fiberboard, nuclear power, and so on. Smaller technological inventions have less impact but have same significant benefit to certain ideas. In operational innovations, we have improving internal process for greater efficiency and productivity, streamlining workflows to reduce costs, implementing automation and AI to enhance operations, enhancing supply chain and logistics for better performances, redesigning business practices for flexibility, reducing waste and optimizing resource utilization, increasing collaboration and communication across teams. Then we have new or refined systems, process improvements, technological enhancements, and innovative business practices. In organizational innovation, we have new organizational structures, cultural transformations, leadership and management innovation, employee empowerment, flexible work arrangements, and new recruitment and talent management. Yes. Then we have examples of organizational innovations like innovative leadership and inclusive innovation culture. Origins of innovations are in internal resources, are having external resources. In internal resources, we are having R&D, employee ideas, customer feedback. In external resources, we are having market trends, competitive landscape, partnerships, and collaborations. Internal resources and external resources play their role differently. Origins of innovations lies in social and cultural factors, technological and scientific advances, and global changes. There are some key traits of creative research. These are curiosity, driven by the desire to explore unknowns and ask new questions. Innovations, that means aiming to generate original solutions or ideas that break new ground. Interdisciplinary approach, that means combining knowledge and methods from different fields to address complex problems. And open-mindedness, being receptive to new ideas and perspectives, even when they challenge existing knowledge. And create critical thinking, without any doubt, analyzing and evaluating information deeply to spot gaps and latent solution is a key trait of creative research. As the time is short and the topic is very lengthy, very vast, I'm not going into more details. I will like to stop here. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Gurmeet Singh. That was very informative. However, we were not able to see the PPT. The session was quite informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And before proceeding further, I request all the keynote speakers to kindly switch on your video. You can take a screenshot, the keynote speakers, the conference conveners, all the participants, organizing members. So kindly everyone, please switch on your video. so that you can take a screenshot, and please give me some time. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I express my hearty welcome to our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Maithili Koluru. Dr. Maithili holds a doctorate in strategic management from Andhra University, India. She has numerous publications in reputable journals and business magazines and has presented her research works in several international platforms. Her mentorship extends to over 100 students, and she is also a corporate trainer. Being a certified strategy planning professional, she serves as Chief Strategy Officer of Funky Bee, a prominent London-based management consultancy firm. She has designed and delivered training on strategic thinking wheel to corporate clients in London, has created innovative frameworks for career decision making, have led the research for H&D research project overseeing a large team of faculty members and students, designed and implemented curriculum, grading structure and rubrics for BBA programs, etc. As an academic researcher, she has contributed for Knowledge Omen towards bridging the skill gaps and fostering collaboration between industry and academia. She is author of the book Leadership Perspectives, a Knowledge Omen Story. Her accolades include Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan's Outstanding Assistant Professor Award for Strategic Management 2024 and Outstanding Women Educator and Scholar Award from NFED, among others. At present, she serves as Assistant Professor of Professional Studies and Undergraduate Department at College of Banking and Financial Studies in Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. I now invite our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Maithili, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you so much, Madam, for the wonderful introduction. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just share the screen and I will start. Is it all visible to everyone?
Yes, yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Yeah. A very good morning to all of you present. It's a pleasure to be here at this conference and an honor also. Special thanks to Dr. Ganeshan, who's always been encouraging for research and organizing such conferences, like he said in the beginning, which are multidisciplinary. That's very important. Like we get to hear so many different perspectives of research rather than something which is concentrating only on one perspective. So I'm really grateful to him and NFED for inviting me for this wonderful keynote address. And as we are short on time, and Madam has given such a wonderful introduction about me, I would like to start by talking on a very important aspect of research, that is inclusivity of global research ecosystem. I selected a topic which is called Amplifying Global South Perspectives in Research, which is a small part of my ongoing larger research. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at strategies of how we can amplify global South participation in research to ensure that there is more equity and there is a larger participation of global South in the research ecosystem. Recently, I was talking to somebody and I realized that not many people are really even aware of these blocks that exist in terms of global South and global North, and how much there is a divide, and how we all as researchers, as an entire ecosystem, need to work to bring about more equity. So first, let's try to understand what is global South. So when we talk about global South, we are referring to those countries, those economies that are termed in terms of developing, less developed, or underdeveloped. So this is the category. And mostly these countries belong to Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And they are the countries who are having higher percentage of population, income inequality, challenges in living conditions, access to resources in terms of technology. It could be internet facilities, could be advanced technologies like we are all using right now, artificial intelligence at a much deeper level, not at a surface level, are not accessible to each and every citizen of these countries. So these are not the wealthier nations in comparison to the global North. And this term is not only related to geographical dimensions, but it also applies to these countries because they share similarities in terms of political challenges, political setups, ecosystems, geopolitical issues, and also economic similarities, putting all these countries in one block, which is called the Global South. Now, if we look at the landscape of research, we can clearly see that there are certain differences, though there is also a shifting landscape that is happening on the global South. So we can see that the participation from this graph clearly shows, as far as 2015 to 2022 is concerned, the participation of global South in good indexed journals is less as compared to the global North. So we are clearly seeing a stark difference between how research is being represented. And I am talking about research at a global ecosystem. And I'm not referring to any specific disciplines, but I'm talking about overall research. Yes, there is a subtle shift that is happening in terms that you will see recently a lot of changes happening, more participation is also happening. And another interesting point is that it is predicted that by 2030, out of 4 emerging economies in the world or leading economies in the world, we will be seeing 3 economies from global South. So if that is to happen, what I'm going to speak in the rest of the presentation is going to happen. And we all are part of it, and we need to make a more conscious effort to make sure that we have an equal participation in the global ecosystem. So, and out of the 4 leading countries, 3 will be from global South, and 2 of them are definitely going to be China and India. And this is going to happen in the foreseeable future, which is the prediction is for 2030, which is like less than or almost under 5 years, which is really nearby. So we all need to work much harder to implement these strategies that I'm going to refer to. Now, like I said, first of all, we need to understand the unequal research landscape or the challenges the global South faces. So these graphs and this information on this table talks about the differences that are there in the research in terms of total number of articles published also, we see there is 73% in the global north and only 16% global south, and together is 11%. And now if you look at the articles that are researching about global south, that means not other areas, but about this specific region. Like, for example, what are the challenges in entrepreneurship in developing countries, in Latin America, in Africa? What are the challenges? Those areas also we are still underrepresented, though it's about us in terms of global south. So 22% is seen, whereas you have the global north, that is the advanced economies or the G7 economies, where their research on the global south is higher, which is 62%. So just let's look at global south and global north in terms of a comparison. So then we move into the strategies to understand how to address these challenges. So when you look at the publication growth, the world average is much higher, but we do see an increase in Indonesia, in Saudi Arabia, in India, in China, in terms of percentages of 17%, Africa 7.8%, China 9.3%. So there is a subtle shift that is happening. If you look at the global share, China has 27%. The world average is higher. US is at 14%. So we see an increase in the participation. But if you look at crucial elements like research and development investment in terms of GDP, it is staggeringly low in the global south. It's at 0.38%, whereas in the global north, it is at 1.44%. So the investments that is being poured into research is much higher, whether it's in the sciences, humanities, economics, or business. The research per million of population is also very high. This stat is about 2017-18. So there is also a huge difference here, with global south having only 713, whereas global north having 4,351. So again, we see a grave difference that is there. The average journal articles are also much higher. So if you see a country from the global south, they are on an average producing 4,000 articles per year. But if you look at other countries from the advanced economies or the global north or the G7 countries, you have 35,000 articles per country. So clearly there is a huge difference, and we are not actually in the race in the global research ecosystem. Corporate authorship, international collaborations. And now there's a lot going on about collaborations between South-South, between North-South researchers, etc., which also we are lagging behind. So the South-South collaborations, the North-South collaborations also need to be increased. So when we look at Global South and we talk about research, there are many challenges which are even beyond this table. But I've just taken a few of them to convey the point that there is a gap that we need to bridge so that we can move forward, moving into 2030, into 2035. We are a reckoning force in terms of research, not as a country, but as an entire region, as an entire bloc. The Global South needs more participation. Now let's look at some of the strategies that we can adapt or are already being done. We need to amplify them. We need to increase that participation. So the first thing is that research investment needs to be increased. Now, this cannot be done at an individual level. This is at an institutional level, at a government level. That means that engagement is required. Like I said, the contribution in terms of GDP is very low for R&D in the global south countries. I understand that they have more strategic sectors and areas that need involvement, but research is also one of those areas where it is very imperative for organizations, for institutions, public bodies and governments to put forth the investment and budget allocation for research. Next is to enhance the capacity of research. Now, when you invest the funds, it is very important to enhance capacity, means to contribute towards the growth and the quality of the research that is being developed. So countries need to invest in training. Institutions need to invest in training the researchers. Something like a mentorship program, because research involves a certain specific approach. It's a scientific approach that needs to be engaged in. And to enhance research capacity, we should not merely produce articles or write research so that we can add it to our resume. We need to take it to a higher level. We need to understand what are the challenges the world is facing and how we can integrate even a minor aspect of that in our research. So I feel that research for solution, research which is going to tackle, even if it's a small issue in the world, or it's a grand challenge like sustainability. So how would we be able to address that? Those kind of research should be encouraged and supported. So enhancement of research capacity, where you have higher increase in output, not in quantity, but in quality. Today, we see a lot of challenges in terms of the research output. We see a lot of retraction, especially after AI has come about. There, big journals, top-ranked journals, are retracting a lot of articles, and also we see predatory journals on the increase. We see a lot of pressure, the publish and perish pressure. So I think we need to move away from these kind of situation or ecosystem that we are creating for our countries, our researchers, our academicians, and we need to enhance research. We need to provide a safety net for the researchers and enhance the capacity of research in terms of quality, not quantity. We should also look for promoting equitable collaboration. Why I have stressed the word collaboration twice? Because collaboration is very, very important. Equitable participation, fund schemes need to be presented so that there is more involvement. Now, when you talk about equitable participation, we need to have South and South collaboration taking place between people and researchers within that region. Encourage South to South collaboration and follow ethical guidelines. And I feel the reason I selected this topic today is I want the researchers present today to make a conscious effort to do this. So most of the things that I'm going to speak about or am speaking about need to be done at an institutional level, at an organizational level. UGC in India needs to get involved in this to make sure that there is higher participation. They're bringing about a lot of radical changes to make research more prominent and less stressful for academicians. That is really appreciated in India. So similarly, at an individual level, we all need to consciously see, are we interacting with South and South? Is there a conscious effort that who I am collaborating with in a joint research? For example, I personally make sure that there is a mix in my research output. I have worked with researchers from Ukraine, I've worked with researchers from Nepal, from India, from Oman, and I've also worked with researchers from G7 countries, that's France, from UK, from USA. So it is not that you are only want to promote your region. We want to bring about an equitable participation. So your engagement with South and South, your engagement with Global South and Global North, both will have a better impact and bring about perspectives of both regions of the world, which is very important for us to grow in a sustainable manner. Sustainability is the key today, and it is about holistic growth of every sector. And research is a very important part of our ecosystem or environment, because we are trying to provide solutions through a scientific method. That is the purpose or core of research. Not that I want to add one more line item in my resume. Yes, of course, as an individual, as an academician, my worth is through the research that I do. But the research I do should have a higher purpose. So if we are going for the higher purpose research and we are consciously engaging, making sure that's a collaboration between South-South and also South-North, then we are promoting an equitable participation. Ethical standards today are at a crossroads, and there is a lot of challenges that we are facing. So we must adhere to guidelines of ethical practices and equitable research participation. excuse me, equitable research participation to make sure that we are not compromising on the most important uh, pillar of life, that is ethics. So predatory journals should be checked. We should make sure that these kind of journals are not encouraged, and we have to sideline them and remove them from the ecosystem. So ethical guidelines, equitable participation, and South-South collaboration is very important to make the Global South more active. There are various aspects that need to be addressed. One is the systemic biases. Now, we cannot imagine a utopia where with a world without any biases. That is foolish and childish. So there are systemic biases. And I'm not saying that you get them to zero, which is not practical, in fact. So because we have a lot of challenges that need to be addressed. But let us work towards minimizing systemic biases and not contributing to those biases. For example, review grant processes. Now, funding is a major component for university success, university rankings also. And for academicians, their worth is also known by the number of internal and external grants, national and international grants they are able to get towards their credit. So the review process and how grants are being accepted, navigated, and selected should be made more transparent, and it should not have the inherent bias or discrimination of caste, creed, religion, sex, nationality. So these should be done away with. In fact, in any application, why do we want to know the religion of an individual? What is the need to understand the orientation, the origin, and the skin color? Research should be recognized for research, not for the face of the individual. So we need to take it to that extent. Funding application assistance is very much required. Writing a research grant is not an easy process. It's a Herculean task. And there are many complexities that we need to navigate, involving a lot of time. We need to understand that academics is a very demanding profession by nature. To top it up, we have to prove our research prowess, which makes us pressed for time. So how to write an application, how to actually file a funding application so that it increases our chances of acceptance is very important. And coming back to the first point, that's the grant process. Blind review of journals is very important. I have still come across a lot of biases in the publication process that needs to be removed, that we need to address research for research, not for who is submitting. So we say that it is blind review, but is it really a blind review? So we need to look into this, and we need to make the process absolutely transparent to the authors who are submitting. So these are some of the ways that we can work with. Again, commercialization of innovation, or making sure that there is a commercial angle to the research by increasing the investment percentage in research and development that the countries or organizations need to do, going for targeted training. So training needs to be given to researchers on how to write, where to publish, not to fall prey to the publish and perish syndrome that is eating away at the academic institutions at a national and international level. There isn't one country which is free from this. So all of us are in that pressure. So moving away from that and developing more networks. For example, I am part of NFED. So this is an amazing network which is connecting people at a global level. So here we have what we can see right now is what I'm talking about. So I see people from different countries. So there is Global South and there is Global North, and there is collaboration. And even once the 3-day conference is done, I am sure that we will find some connectivity. We will engage with another professor or another academician, and we will take it forward. So these kind of networks, we need to participate more. I'm also part of another network, which is a purely Global South network mostly, and it's from London, working towards different regions. So there are various associations we need to work into at an individual level. So we need to increase funds, we need to increase mentorship programs, we need to make sure that there is more participation. We need to participate in physical hubs, innovative centers, conferences is like this: research trade shows, some new innovatives, mentorship programs. So I do mentorship, I do doctoral coaching also. I do coaching for young career people who are just started their careers as academicians. So from the rich experience that we have, for example, I have 23 years of experience. We have to share that with our fellow researchers, and we need to push global south into the ecosystem and make our visibility felt more, which is very important, not as a regional but as an equitable participation in the entire global research ecosystem. Open access journal needs to be increased more. Editorial representation I see is lacking in terms of global south. This is one point which I would like to stress upon, that there isn't a larger global south participation on the editorial boards. You only see editorial board members mostly belonging to G7 countries and other countries. So journals need to step up. Journals need to put an extra effort because they're equally qualified and talented academicians and researchers and industry personnel also, who can contribute to the journal growth, to the growth of that particular journal. Could be entrepreneurship, business, sciences. You have a lot of talent, and that talent needs to be absorbed. So journals need to step it up. And in fact, just like we need more women participation on boards, I think that there should be some kind of a regulatory which says that the participation of the editorial board should be equitable, should have a certain percentage who is global south and who is global north. You cannot have only one kind of people. So then there is, again, the previous slide which I said, you are creating biases. You're not killing or you're not removing the bias. Publication incentives is also lacking. Institutions, government institutions, colleges need to bring about some kind of incentives for research rather than pressurizing for number of publications. So once you don't pressurize for number of publications, you're creating an ecosystem that is providing a psychological safety for the academician. Then you can get a chance to think, because when you're pressurized, you will not be able to perform well. So just the last slide. So key takeaways are that at an institutional level, at an individual level, I humbly request everybody to engage in the process of involving in a global south, global north interactions, building capacity and promoting research so that there is a equal participation of global south in the international or global research ecosystem. So if anybody would like to reach out to me for any other doubts related to this aspect, I'm available at LinkedIn. And before I leave, I would humbly like to thank both ma'am and Dr. Ganeshan and NFED for giving me this opportunity to share this very important aspect of bringing about an equitable global research ecosystem where there is global north and global south participation. Hopefully a day will come where we just talk about research and we don't even have to say global south and global north. Thank you so much once again. It's an honor to be here, and I hope everybody was happy to listen to this presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
Doctor.
you. And before that, I want to say to other speakers to keep on the time, because we are already running short of the schedules. And I hope that before 11 o'clock, 11:15, we have to complete everything. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very highly enlightening session, Dr. Maitri. Thank you so much. I extend my hearty welcome and introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. D. Anita Kumari. Associate Professor Dr. Anita has 15 years of academic experience with PhD in HR Management from Mother Teresa Women's University, Kodaikanal, Tamil Nadu. Her area of expertise includes human resource management, industrial relations, and business law. She has authored 7 books, 15 book chapters, and published over 70 research articles in Scopus Index, UGC Care Listed, and other index journals, and has contributed 37 articles in various national and international conferences. She has published many design and utility patents. She has organized industrial visits, guest lectures, and has signed MOUs with logistic companies for benefit of the student community. She currently guides 8 PhD scholars and has mentored over 100 management students in projects and internships. Her contributions have earned her numerous accolades, including the Best Faculty Award, Teaching and Research Excellence Award, and Best Paper Awards at Taylor School of Engineering, Malaysia in 2019 and De Montfort University in Dubai in 2024. Currently, she serves as Associate Dean of Admissions and Associate Professor and Program Coordinator at the Department of MBA, School of Management Studies and Commerce at Wales Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies, Vistas, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Anita Kumari, to deliver the keynote address.
Good morning, one and all present here. Before I'm going to start my presentation, I would like to thank always Dr. Ganesh sir and Ramya ma'am, who are going to be my part of success always. So today I'm going to talk in the title of Igniting the Spark Motivation in Research and Discovery. Ma'am, is my slide is visible?
Yes, it is visible, ma'am. Continue, please.
Okay, thank you. So people being involved in a research, either to gain a new knowledge as well as to discover the new things, because there are plenty of research, as we know well, starting from exploratory research, descriptive research, qualitative, quantitative. There are plenty of research available in day-to-day practice. We have to choose the best way of research which would be suitable for our career, as well as which would be more useful to the society. If you take Thomas Edison, Nestle, Alexander Graham Bell, Marie Curie, Steve Jobs, if you take any kind of innovator, they have their own motivational power inside them, that the inner part of motivation made them to get success in their respective field. If you want to be shine in your research, definitely you should have a curiosity, inquiry, resilience, encouraging creativity, adaptability, innovation, vision, focus, opportunity. There are plenty of platform also is available in today's scenario to support the research. So being a research scholars, students and teaching faculty members and industrialists, we always should focus on the research for the betterment of not only to the society, for the betterment of the students community. That is very much important, because if you take any kind of a students community in the academician field, people being involved, the students being involved, doing a research as a part of their curriculum, like internship, project, in everywhere, they are doing a research. Unless otherwise we give more research publications, they will not get any kind of secondary sources. So it is our part of responsibility to involve ourselves to provide a best research contribution. So these are the basic importance for the motivation in a research. We should have some drive to discover something with innovative way, as well as we should have some pervasiveness and boost productivity and focus, which should concentrate in the long term. And there are plenty of people who always support to do a research, though we are coming across a lot of challenges like burnout, exhaustion, and lack of immediate result, failures, setbacks, isolation, loneliness. So while we do a research, we'll be coming across a lot of challenges, but we should not get fed up. We always should do a motivation within ourselves, as well as we can get a help from our colleagues with our mentors. So we can take some break, as well as we should have some milestone in our research. Unless otherwise we reach our destination, we should not be silent. As well as we should always seek for the alternative funding method to support our research. We should have a goal in our mind. Then we have to work towards to achieve the goal. That is very much important. As well as while we are concentrating doing a research, we should always keep it in our mind. Instead of doing a descriptive research, we can concentrate in the exploratory research. Because in the exploratory research, we will be coming with a lot of new ideas where you cannot able to get only the minimum number of the secondary data. So you always focus on the exploratory research. That would be more helpful, not only to the people who are doing a research, it would be helpful for the society also to get a more insight. There are a lot of institution and platform which will helpful for the researcher to provide a funding values. For example, if you take a UGC and ICSSR project and Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, and Ministry of Commerce Industry. So there are plenty of platform is available in today's scenario for helping the researcher and academician, industrialists to get a funding in a different value, so that they can involve themselves in a better way. Then they can produce a very good result. For example, if you take our UGC, They are providing a lot of schemes like major research project like MRP, National Fellowship for the Higher Education, and Research Fellowship in Social Science, that is called RFSS. So they are giving a major project, typically up to around 5 lakhs with a minor project, as well as the maximum 20 lakhs for the major project. So likewise, there are plenty of platform is available in today's scenario to support the research. So we should not stop research by writing an article itself. So there are plenty of platform to publish our research article also. Like we can take a Scopus, WOS, as well as UGC. There are plenty of ISSN journals, ISBN publication. There are science identification numbers. So yeah, there are a lot of things is there. But we should always focus on getting a funding. That is very much important, because that would be helpful for the government also to take their minor project into the practical adaptability. And then similarly, there are a lot of funding agencies like SIDBI and AICTE and IIMS, NBHM and DFS, and almost it's called National Innovation Foundation. So these are the funding agency is always supporting many people to involve in a research by giving a very good fund value. Also, it is announced periodical way. It may be 3 months once or 6 months once, 1 year once. We should always focus on that funding agency. That will be more helpful for us to take up our research into the practical implication. So similarly, there are a lot of funding values I have mentioned here. The future of a motivation in research. So there are plenty of scheme, that is Semantic Scholar and Human German project. There are a lot of project is there where they have concentrated on integration of AI and ML process, collaboration of the across discipline. There are new way of platform is available to do a research, as well as we have different way of platform to get a lot of review of literature, as we know well. So my suggestion is, being a research scholars and academicians, industrialists, we should concentrate on doing a more research, not only for the betterment for ourselves, it also should give a major contribution to the students community. So the major institute is called the National Institute of Health, is the largest public founder of biomedical research in the world, which investing nearly $48 billion in the medical research. Similarly, there are plenty of platform also is still available to motivate the research. Due to the time constraint, I'm completing my presentation here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Anita Kumari.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this informative session. I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Sheba Khalid. Dr. Sheba Khalid is an accomplished academician with 16 years of academic and research experience in the diverse backgrounds of sociology, education, and interdisciplinary research. As an expert in applied sociology, medical sociology, and gerontology, her career is marked by a prolific research record, including numerous publications in peer-reviewed journals indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, and PubMed. She has authored 5 books, making significant contributions to the field, and her lectures on aging, which includes her invitation to Oxford on aging, burden or challenge. Her academic achievements have been recognized through numerous awards and honors, including the Distinguished Fellow at NFED and the Indian Council of Social Science Research ICSSR Award, Education Excellence Award, etc. She is the editor-in-chief of the International Journal of Interdisciplinary Research and holds memberships in various academic and research organizations. Outside the academics, Dr. Khalid is involved in projects aimed at rural livelihood development. She has been bestowed with the prestigious Karmavir Chakra Award by Indian Confederation of Non-Governmental Organizations under Social Justice and Citizen Action on 26 November 2024 at Uttar Pradesh. She is currently serving as Assistant Professor at Amity Law School, Amity University, Lucknow campus, Uttar Pradesh. I now invite our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Sheba Khalid, to deliver the keynote address. Kindly unmute yourself, Dr. Sheba.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
It is visible. You can switch on to full screen mode, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Continue, please.
Good morning, esteemed organizers, especially Professor R. Ganeshan, for inviting me, scholars and distinguished guests. I'm having throat infections today, so that's why my voice is, I think, breaking. So it is a profound honor to speak to you today on a subject that resonates deeply with both my personal and professional journey. So bridging the disciplinary boundaries, the role of interdisciplinary research in knowledge emancipations. So we found ourselves in an era that marked by unprecedented completely the challenges we face. So, ranging from climate change, global health crisis, we are talking about, to social inequalities, technological advancement are increasing. So, they are interconnected with each other. So, these challenges transcend traditional disciplinary boundaries, necessitating the more holistic approach to understanding and addressing them. So interdisciplinary research therefore emerge a critical tool acting as a bridge that connects diverse fields of knowledge, so foster innovation and ultimately leads to the emancipation of knowledge for the collective good. So the imperative and for interdisciplinary research, there is a knowledge compartmentalization into distinct discipline. That means in the conventional academic landscape, knowledge has often been compartmentalized, distinct disciplines, each with its own methods, theories, and specialized languages. So while this specialization has undoubtedly driven significant advancement within individual field, it has also created silos that can limit our comprehension of complex, multifaceted issues. The challenges of today cannot be fully understood within the confines of any single discipline. So they demand insights from the multiple perspective to the effectively address. So now the process of bridging the disciplinary boundaries. What are the process to bridging this kind of interdisciplinary boundary? So what are the process? So first of all, bridging the disciplinary boundaries involves a series of key steps. Identifying the common ground. That means the first step in interdisciplinary research is to identify the common grounds between the different disciplines. What are the common grounds between the different disciplines? This involves into organizing shared goals between different disciplines, questions, or challenges that multiple fields aims to address. For instance, both public health and environment and science may coverage the shared interest of understanding the impact of pollution on human health. Fostering the collaboration, so open communication and overcoming language barriers. So one's common ground is to identify the next step in fostering the collaboration among the researchers from different disciplines. Like this requires creating an environment where scholars can communicate openly, they can share their ideas and learn from each other. So overcoming the language barriers between the disciplines and addressing the practical challenges and coordinating research efforts across diverse fields are essential. Now the next step is to integrating methods and theories there. So combining the quantitative or qualitative methods, integrating the theoretical frameworks, that the effective interdisciplinary research involves the integration of methods and theories from different disciplines, although different fields may have varied research approaches. Combining qualitative and quantitative methods or integrating the theoretical framework from multiple disciplines can offer a more comprehensive understanding of complex issues. Next step is to creating the new knowledge. So the ultimate goal of an interdisciplinary research is to create new knowledge that transcend into confines of any single discipline. So the new knowledge can lead to innovative or solutions to the complex problem and the development of new fields of study that leverage the strength of multiple discipline. So now the case studies in interdisciplinary research, we can discuss the to highlight the transformative power of interdisciplinary research. Let me share some few case studies there, like climate change and social justice. That means the climate change is not merely an environmental issues; it is also a matter of social justice. Researchers from environmental science and technology, economics, and political like political science and from have collaborated examining the disappropriate impact of climate change on marginalized communities, and their interdisciplinary approach has led to the more nuanced understanding to the issue and has informed policies aimed to addressing the both environmental and social inequalities. In public health and urban planning, we can take example of COVID-19 pandemic underscore the importance of integrating the public health and urban planning in shaping our responses to global health crisis. So by combining insights from public health, by combining from urban planning, sociology, economics, researchers have devised strategies for creating healthier, more resilient cities. So this interdisciplinary approach has informed policies that address not only the immediate health crisis, but also promote long-term well-being. Artificial intelligence and ethics, we are talking about always about the AI and ethics, everything related to AI. So the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence has raised significant ethical questions that cannot be answered by computer scientists only. So researchers from computer science, researchers from philosophy, researchers from social science, law have collaborated to explore the ethical implications of AI here. So this interdisciplinary approach has led to the development of guidelines and policies that ensures the responsible use of AI in society. Now, talking about the role of interdisciplinary research in knowledge emancipation. So, the role of interdisciplinary research in knowledge emancipation, you can see the interdisciplinary research not only deepens our understanding of complex issues, but also plays a vital role in the emancipation of knowledge by breaking down disciplinary silos. It democratizes the knowledge, making it more accessible and applicable across various contexts. It challenges the traditional hierarchies of knowledge production, valuing diverse perspective and approaches. So, moreover, interdisciplinary research foster innovation by encouraging the creative problem solving. It enables us to see the connections between the seemingly unrelated fields, leading to break out the would not have been possible with the contents of single discipline. So this innovation is crucial for addressing the complex challenges of our time and for creating a more just and equitable world. So they are enhancing our understanding, challenging traditional hierarchies, and also fostering the innovation. So now there are many challenges and opportunities. So here we can see the challenges. While the benefits and interdisciplinary are the undeniable. So it is not without its challenges. Where the benefits are there, definitely the challenges must be there. So these includes the difficulty to finding some common language between disciplines, the practical knowledge, challenges of coordinating research efforts, and the institutional barriers that often exist within academia. So, however, these challenges also present opportunities. By addressing them head on, we can cultivate a more inclusive and collaborative academic environment. So, that values interdisciplinary research. We can develop new fundings, models, and institutional structure that support interdisciplinary work, and we can train the next generation of scholars to think and work across disciplinary boundaries. So now, if we come to conclusion, so interdisciplinary research in conclusion, so interdisciplinary research is not merely a tool for tackling the complex and challenges. It is pathway to knowledge and emancipation. By bridging disciplinary boundaries, we can create new knowledge that is more comprehensive, more inclusive, applicable to a wide range of contexts, and we can democratize the knowledge, making it more accessible and empowering for all. And we can foster innovation, leading the breakout that we will shape the future of our society. So as we move forward, let us embrace the power of interdisciplinary research. Let us dismantle the silos and have traditionally confined our thinking, and let us collaborate to create a more just and equitable world. Thank you so much. Once again, Professor Ganeshan, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for the informative session on the interdisciplinary
Thank
research.
you, Dr.
Thank you,
Shiva.
Dr. Shiba.
Yeah, thank you.
I now express my hearty welcome to Honorable Keynote Speaker, Mr. Arasu. Mr. Arasu has completed his bachelor's in computer science and engineering from Visvesvaraya Technological University and master's in business administration with marketing specialization from Karnataka State Open University. At the age of 25, he launched and led Career Prime, an ISO certified firm, from its inception in 2012 as its managing director and CEO until 2021. Delivering premier training and recruitment services to over 70 education institutions. He founded the Clicks Talent Connect Private Limited at Bangalore in 2021 and functioning in a capacity as its CEO. Click Talent Connect stands as a pioneering startup which is collaborating with Government of India seed funding in India's edtech sector, specializing in campus recruitment and upskilling services for graduates and postgraduates. The company serves over 500 corporations, 150 educational institutions, and 1 lakh students across India, and it offers end-to-end training and placement management solutions. Mr. Arasu's social responsibility extends through facilitating youth population, the vision of curbing unemployment and underemployment through imparting skill development, sourcing, recruitment, and upskilling. He holds life membership in reputed professional bodies like ISTE, Lagu Udyog Bharti, and NFED. In commemorating his significant contributions, he has been awarded the Young Entrepreneur and Distinguished Entrepreneur Award by the renowned NFED in its 3rd and 9th National Entrepreneurs Day Awards in 2016 and 2022, respectively. He has been recognized for introducing outsourced training and placement services in India and felicitated by multiple institutions for significant contributions in career training. In recognizing his phenomenal socio-economic development services, he has been conferred as one of the distinguished fellows of NFED in 2024. He has been bestowed with the prestigious Karmavir Chakra Award by Indian Confederation of Non-Governmental Organizations and the Social Justice and Citizen Action on 26th November 2024 at Noida, Uttar Pradesh. I now invite our Honorable Speaker, Mr. Arasu, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you very much. Very warm good morning to our Professor Dr. Ganeshan sir and key coordinators of National Foundation Entrepreneurship Development Coimbatore, and also the eminent professors, research scholars across the country. Warm good morning to all of you. First of all, I'm very delighted to be the part of this elite event where eminent professors and research scholars are part of this event. And we have been discussing on the innovative strategies that need to be adopted in the research part, especially in a country like India. My health is not coping up today. I directly came from clinic, so if my voice, I think my voice is audible to all of you.
Yes, yes, sir, it is audible.
Yeah. So, especially in a country like India, which is in the verge of becoming the developed country, and transition between the developing and developed state, or what we are at this point of time, the youth of this country play a vital role. So, being the professors, you act as the mentors, you act as the guiding light to such students. And having said that, it is also very important that research plays a very, very important role, especially in a country like India. The reason is, when the Apple phone is manufactured, the technology is owned by United States, but the manufacturing unit has been outsourced to countries like India and China. If you look at the profit sharing portion of Apple phone, $8.3 will come to China as profit share. That is hardly around 900 rupees in Indian currency, which goes to China, and rest of the portion will go to US. Now tell me, all of you, whether make in India is important or inventing in India is important. So invention plays a very important role, and research acts as the key for that. My topic, which has been given today, is to understand the innovative approach in upskilling the students to meet the industry requirements in the academia in India. So importance of technology-based or innovative-based skill upskilling the students, how it is going to impact the changes socially, economically, as well as politically in the country like India. If you focus on Indian statistics, we have 1.5 million engineering students getting graduated every year across this country, and we have around 8.5 million general graduates who are getting graduated in this country. So, which is almost 10 million, including engineers and general graduates. But how many of them are able to get employed in the companies? How many of them are able to kickstart their career soon after their graduation? The numbers are very pathetic. We have around 35 to 40% average consistency in terms of employment. Does it mean that we don't have skilled youth, or do we have the unemployment problem? The problem is not unemployment. The problem is unemployability, as rightly addressed by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. India is not having the problem of unemployment. The problem is unemployability. Why this unemployability is coming into picture is because of the lack of research, lack of skill-oriented training programs, lack of giving exposure to the corporate sector right from the college days is the main key criteria. Because 80% out of 43,000 UG colleges in India, 80% of them are based in the rural tier 2, tier 3 cities in this country. So somewhere this campus recruitment is a daydream for most of the students. And even if the campus recruitment has been arranged by companies like us who are actively working in this domain, the main problem is making the students to get employed. So that is where the research plays a very, very important role. When I was speaking to Mr. Sundar, he's the Vice President of Infosys Technologies. When I was discussing with him, he rightly pointed out the main problem in this country is, if you look at the medical student, a surgeon who is doing surgeries every day will be training the student, will be teaching the student how the operation needs to be done or how the surgery needs to be done. But when it comes to the other domains, we have the lack of industry experts coming into colleges and upskilling the students. So somewhere the faculty development programs and conferences like this will help you to get enlightened and will help you to bridge that particular gap between the industry and academia. I had been to one of the colleges in Karnataka where I was addressing engineering students, and on the walls of the seminar hall they have written Royal Mechanical. Right side they have written Shocking Electricals. Left side, I saw on the left side of the wall they have written Creative Civil. I asked the students why you have written Royal Mechanical. One of the mechanical engineering student, got up and he said, "Sir, mechanical students are royal. That is the reason we have written Royal Mechanical." And I asked why you have written electrical, shocking electricals. And some student, the mindset of the student would be something like this. She told electrical students are shocking. That's the reason we have shocking electricals. I asked one student, mechanical students, I have a question. You are riding 125cc motorbike and your bike is going in the third gear. You want to change the gear to fourth without applying the clutch. Is it possible or not? A few students said, yes, it is possible. Few students said, no, it is not possible. I asked them, if you are saying yes, tell me the engineering reason behind this or the scientific reason behind this. Or if you are saying no, let us consider that answer as right. Tell me the reason why it is not possible. I didn't get any answer from the students. Hope you are understanding. Theoretically, our students are becoming very, very strong. But when it comes to the practical applications, it is very difficult. I have seen students saying, I don't know why I'm studying this subject, sir, in this particular semester. I don't know what's the use of this subject, and I don't know how it has been applied in the industry. See, if the scenarios of the students are like this, somewhere it becomes an immense responsibilities on faculties like you and us to mentor the students in a very, very, very big way. Otherwise, this unemployment problem cannot be solved, although we have a lot of employment opportunities. Projects will start getting migrated to other developing countries. As a result of that, it may hinder the growth of the nation, where India is focusing on becoming the third most powerful country in the world. It becomes a very, very important aspect for us to focus on this research methodologies. And I think Professor Ganeshan sir has organized this at the right time. I think this conference will also make you to ensure how the things can be done more effectively in terms of research and making students more employable. I have 7 to 8 minutes in my hand to speak out. I think I have used all my 8 minutes. Still, there is a lot to speak, but definitely Ganeshan sir will be organizing some more forums like this where I can exchange my ideas. Thank you very much for the opportunity that has been given to me. Thanks to NFED for this opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you, Arasu. Thank you so much for the time, respected ill health.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rasu. Thank you so much. I now have the immense pleasure in welcoming our honorable keynote speaker.
Before that, I want to say something to my Professor Patrick. Very good morning to you. And I think you would restrict to the time. That's what I want to say. Because when you speak, you'll forget everything. That. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Thank you for.
Dr. Patrick. Professor Patrick is an academician, chartered manager, researcher, and community leader. He has earned his doctorate in public administration from Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria. And he is also fellow of the Institute in Corporate Administration of Nigeria, fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, and fellow of the Public Administration Management Development Institute. Professor Patrick has served in various capacities as banker, sales and marketing director, head of the department, director of part-time degree and diploma programs, director of academic planning division, and deputy vice chancellor of administration at Ambrose Ali University, and is also a visiting professor at the Department of Political Science and Public Administration at Benson Idahosa University in Benin City, Nigeria. Professor Obiasui has to his credit over 120 publications in the form of books, book chapters, articles in national and international journals, and papers presented at various international and national conferences, workshops, and seminars. Currently, he serves as professor at the Department of Public Administration at Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria. I now invite our honorable speaker, Professor Patrick, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much. Good morning, distinguished participants. I'd like to start by thanking Professor Ganeshan and NFED NFED for giving me the opportunity to participate in this conference. I'm indeed very grateful. I am also very glad to see the assemblage of keynote speakers. In Africa, we really don't, or let me put it this way, I want to congratulate NFED for assembly 50-50, 50 men, 50% of men and 50% of women to speak on this conference. If it's some other climes, maybe 5 men, 1 woman. But in this case, you have 3 men, 3 women as the keynote speaker. So I thank you so much for recognizing the women. And that's what the affirmative action of Nigeria is talking about. Okay, my paper is titled Nigeria, a country in theory, but countries in reality. I'm a professor of public administration. My major concern is the growth and development of corporate entities, public institutions, in this case, Nigeria. So we are worried, we are concerned about what we are seeing in Nigeria. For that necessitated my picking this topic. Nigeria, a country in theory, but countries in reality. When you look at the relationship between Nigeria and the other countries in Africa, especially the West African sub-region, we discover that the citizens of the country, Nigeria, are really not having a fair share of what they are supposed to because of the influx of citizens from the neighboring countries into the country. So that's the thrust of my paper. So Nigeria as a country is British creation. Put differently, God did not create Nigeria, but British did, with the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorate in 1914 by Lord Lugard, who was the Governor General of the Protectorate then. The country started its evolutionary process with multifarious teething problems from 1914 up till 1st of October when it gained independence from the British colonial master. The country has been grappling with growth and development challenges that are not encouraging, considering the huge human and material resources available in the country. The country is currently broken into 774 local governments. We have 36 states and a federal capital territory. Also, Nigeria has international boundaries with 7 countries: Republic of Benin, Republic of Cameroon, Republic of Chad, you have Niger, you have Sao Tome and Principe, and we have land boundaries. I mean, okay, we also have boundary with Mali. These are the countries we have boundaries with. From available statistics, Nigeria has 1,475 official boundaries and 1,975 unofficial boundaries, which impacts on the nation's economy and security. Nigerian scholars and elites, we are very worried about the lackadaisical attitude of the ruling class and the political gladiators about migration between Nigeria and her neighboring countries that have been raised in different fora at diplomatic and policy and foreign policy development and articulation levels. Nigeria has porous boundaries, thereby allowing unwelcome flood of migrants from neighboring countries. I have mentioned the countries. The extent to which a state can protect its border from potential attackers, migrants, or danger depends on how well it manages its border. Border security is essential to defending a nation's sovereignty and national security against potential threats. A nation's border functions as both its last line of defense for territorial integrity and its first line of defense against terrorism. Unfortunately, because of the porous nature of our border, very many insurgencies are taking place. Crime and criminalities are taking place across national boundaries. Okay, there is daily inflow of citizens from these countries into the country without any restriction. Okay, unfortunately and regrettably too, Nigeria finds it very difficult to control its border. And as a result, there is a huge inflow and outflow of human and material resources into the country daily, thereby increasing cross-border crimes, criminalities, and rendering the developmental plans and policies of the country unworkable. Because any policy or program put in place to positively affect the greatest number of Nigerians are shared by the citizens of other countries who are illegally coming into the country and enjoying dual citizenship. Okay, so what I'm saying is that no matter the policy you put in place in Nigeria, it will not only affect Nigerians, it will affect all these neighboring countries' citizens because they come in and out any way they like. Okay, so the major emphasis is on our border. The meaning of boundary varies from person to person. Border, boundaries, and borderline are used interchangeably in ancient literature. Borders are necessary to demarcate the actual limits of sovereignty territory. The people who live along them value borders more on a daily basis. There are security risks since a large percentage of borders on the African continent lack clear demarcation and boundaries. The ill management of these borders have been actively exploited by terrorists. Okay, because we are not able to manage these borders, terrorist groups like Boko Haram, ISWA, and others, they capitalize on that to come into the country to create problems like kidnapping, killings, robbery, and all that. So we have a lot of cross-border crises or crimes taking place in the country. And this will never allow growth and development of the country. So there is illegal arms and ammunition flowing through the border because of lack of proper boundary security. So because of this, we are finding it very difficult to really enjoy those things that citizens are supposed to enjoy in the country. And that's why we are saying that Nigeria is it's not only a country, but countries, because it's caring, it's catering, it's responsible for the welfare of virtually all the neighboring countries around, with their citizens coming in and out of the country without any restriction. Okay, there are many challenges of managing the border in Nigeria. One of them is limited policy on border security. Limited policy on border security. Our leaders, the political elites and the political gladiators and ruling class have not been able to really come out with proper policy on border security. And if we're able to achieve that, the issue of Nigeria being countries will be eliminated. We also have ill-defined borders. Like I just said, we have 1,975 illegal boundaries, illegal borders that people can come in and out anyhow. So the affairs of the country is more or less in the hands of the many countries that are bordering Nigeria. We also have problem of poor coordination between border security agencies. All the various agencies that are supposed to be in charge of domestic, border, and territorial security do not really have proper coordination to be able to eliminate and understand and know the roles that each of them are supposed to be playing. So it's a major challenge to us. Another big challenge we have is that there is the abuse of ECOWAS protocol on free movement. ECOWAS is made up of all the countries within the West African sub-region. And there is an agreement between these countries to allow free movement of citizens within the country. Okay? So many of those who come into the country capitalize on this protocol to come and embarrass the country and do things that are really not supposed to be. With Africa as the centerpiece of the Nigerian foreign policy, coupled with the fact
Kindly
that
excuse Professor Patrick. We need to keep up with the time. I request you to
Yes,
complete
yes.
within a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
I will.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yes. So the thrust of the paper, like I've said, is Africa. Nigeria is West Africa is the centerpiece of West Africa is the centerpiece of Nigeria, and as a result of that, it allows so many things that are not supposed to be. For example, population. Nigeria's population is unknown and may never be known because of the influx of people in and out on a daily basis. Okay, that's a major challenge to us. It is also very difficult to plan if you don't know a population. So planning for Nigeria is not as easy. Citizens' welfare are enjoyed by all and sundry from West African sub-region. Okay, from available confirmed statistics, it is like Nigeria is becoming the largest. Nigeria is having the largest unproductive population on earth because of the influx of people from other countries. Universally, Nigeria is being targeted as one of the poorest countries in the world. It's not as a result of Nigeria and Nigerians, but because of the influx of people who come in from different parts of the West African sub-region. How do we solve this problem? One is security staff development. Efforts should be made to properly educate, train, and coordinate the security staff for them to be able to really do their jobs and prevent influx into the country. Next one is proper policy formulation for the various security agencies and other organizations that are responsible for border control. Lastly, funding and staff welfare should also be put in place both for the security forces and Nigerians. If we do this, Nigeria will be able to take care of itself and its citizens, and then we'll be in a position to properly plan for the welfare of its own citizens, and then we'll be a country. But the way it is now, if we are not able to handle all that we have said, it cannot be said to be a country, but countries of many countries in one. So thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Patrick. Yeah, thanks for being with us for a very long time with all our conferences, and thank you so much for the time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you,
ma.
Professor. Yeah. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
The paper presentations for the morning session track 1, Science, Engineering and Technology, will start at 11:20 a.m. We'll take a short break now and everyone can join us by 11:20. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.